just a bloke in a bar.
You know what? Fuck, I seriously, if I had to do I'm all about authenticity. If I had to have my time over again, I would have put a platform here so that I wasn't sitting in a bar without my feet touching the ground.
Quick question. What's stopping you from fucking fixing that?
Well, a few $1,000s and people in here doing it.
A few $1,000s, yeah, right. Like you don't wipe your ass with $100.
Oh my God, here we go. Already started. We haven't even started the podcast.
You know what you should do? You could do this as well.
Stop wiping your ass with hundreds.
You could do that. Or you could get Shinplants. I think it's Shinplants where they make you taller. So they make your legs longer.
Shinplants.
Shinplants. So you'd be able to just put your legs on the ground like, like tall guys, like me and Tom.
Yeah.
Are you touching the ground right now?
Yeah, fucking oath.
Are you really?
Yeah, look. Come and look. Am I touching the ground?
Are we touching the ground or not?
Am I? No, but am I?
touching the ground
No,
or
no,
not?
answer the question.
All right.
Nah, you're about to fall off. You're about to fall off.
You're sliding off your chair. This is natural for us.
This is, look, like I'm just like this all the time. Yeah. You can't see punters and dribblers, but my feet are on the ground.
Firmly on the ground or tippy toe?
Firmly.
Firmly.
Oh
Define firmly. Yeah. I would say having a good hold.
Yeah.
I've got a rock solid hold.
I wouldn't roll away if this was like on a hill.
Look at this. Look at it. Look now. Come and look now. Oh my God. Wow.
Oh, your chair's lower. I think your chair's a bit lower. Shit. See, like I can lower it, but
yeah, right.
I want to give the full goodness to the people watching.
The full goodness?
Yeah.
Okay.
The full bloke goodness. You don't think there's goodness here?
No, I was more interested. I'd never heard the term the full bloke goodness, and I was interested to hear more.
What is bloke goodness? Because it sounds
sound
like a
that to me.
load.
Wow.
Sounds like you want to give someone your bloke
load of
goodness.
good times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, your bloke goodness.
Your bloke goodness.
Yeah, is a load of good times.
Well,
It's a load of something.
It's certainly a load.
Wow, look, I mean...
Low jokes out the gate.
Yeah, wow, okay.
We're back.
Boys, how's your day been?
Good.
There you go.
Great. Got the plug in. This
Good.
podcast is brought to you by Good Day Multivitamins. You can get them wherever you get your multivitamins, which is actually incorrect.
Wait, listen.
Well, you can get them anywhere you can get great vitamins, which is at begoodhealth.com.au and nowhere else.
Yep.
So the only place you can get them is there. Make sense?
And also, even though this is like we're currently in an ad, this little bit next is actually not an ad.
Yeah.
I take them every day and I actually really like them.
There you go.
Fuck yeah, Denon. Clip it up!
There you go. But that's not an ad.
Not an ad.
That's not an ad.
He's actually not paid.
But we will be using it without reimbursing him any monies. We will be clipping that up.
Well,
we'll be
You know
putting
what I like about them? You know what I like about them? It's just the ease of use and the taste.
You like the taste?
Well,
it's good,
okay,
isn't
so
it?
like you can go out and get a multivitamin, but taking a tablet, it's not as a good experience in the morning as drinking a nice glass of water with your multivitamins. That's honestly what I like about it.
And it tastes
the
good.
ease of-
Could I
tastes good,
just
tastes
give you, so like on that, firstly, the payload in terms of vitamins and minerals you can get
The load?
from the load, bloke goodness, good day goodness.
Payload.
Way better than tablets.
And gummies.
And gummies. I've been taking, there's this tablet that I've got to take at the moment for like a gut health
Ecstasy?
thing. But my wife's been giving it to me. No, well, sadly not anymore. They don't press pills like they used to.
Valet Carl Williams.
Valet Mitsubishi.
Yeah, we miss you, bro. They are fucking impossible to swallow. Like, don't you just find like all tablets get stuck in your throat?
We're talking about
Well, you
loads,
swallow them with water.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'm here talking down tablets. You want to come with me, cunt?
Yeah, fair enough.
They get stuck.
So you're big anti-tablet guys now?
Always have been.
Always have been.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Like
They
I'll
just
take
get-
Panadol. I'll take the liquid version of Panadol. You
Like
know?
the baby stuff.
Baby
gets screwed
stuff.
up.
Yeah, you give me that
So
baby
you
shit.
only do baby Panadol?
Fucking oath.
Well, it's the only way to do it. Payload, Denon. Payload.
Payload.
Also, you said you like the taste. Well, that's good because it's not artificial.
Loads of goodness on bloke today. Did I not say that?
You did.
I did. Good times. I like the. It's just. It is a much better experience than taking the tablet. I will say that.
Thank you, Dano.
And you can chuck it in your protein drink as well.
Yes, you
So
can.
I already have a fruity drink in regards to the flavour. Like it's not a milky flavour. It's a tropical crush or something. You throw that in. It's a great morning.
Well, it's passion fruit flavoured, so it goes well with a fruity drink.
Because there's no better fruit than a passion fruit. I like passion.
When was the last time you just pashed your missus?
When we've had a couple. When we've had a couple.
I mean,
Bring the pash back.
No, I'm talking about.
Chonging.
Nah, but like I'm talking about
pash.
a
good
like a
old-fashioned
fucking big
pash.
pash.
if we're talking about like when there's no
Non-chong.
sex involved,
Non-chong.
Non-chong, fuck, yeah, I don't know. Because usually I'd be angling then for it to go down that road.
So you're a pash straight into chong operator.
Well, no, I'm not, but I can't remember when I have just been like full on macking on and then it hasn't progressed.
Because pash used to be the fucking, when you're at the blue light disco or something, you used to love to have a pash.
Oh, fuck yeah, good old pash, dance floor pash.
Yeah, whereas, if you got home every day and pash your missus, maybe it would help the relationship.
I'm talking about that old school pash.
Yeah, just all out.
Oh, yeah.
But like, even if it's leading somewhere, an old school pash, like one of those fucking
Aggressive.
old school aggressive ones.
Tongue City.
Like, yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
It looks gross to see you do it, that's for sure.
It would be gross to see any of your mates do it.
That's
really.
true.
Let's be honest about
true,
that. A rung below watching your parents.
A couple of fucking rungs below watching
what's
your
in
parents.
between?
Fucking daylight.
Yeah,
But brothers and sisters.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't say
Siblings. Yeah,
Siblings.
siblings.
Not each other.
So it's third.
No. Families.
Family's on the same rung, surely.
Yeah. Oh, no, mum and dad are probably above.
They're a rung
Pashing.
above. Yeah.
So, okay.
True.
Fucking-
Parents,
Nah.
daylight second.
Siblings.
daylight third.
Even
mates.
because, like, I've been out, like, and I've probably seen my brother hook up with a chick,
Yeah,
and
but
I'm
it's
not
funny.
like, ugh.
What would
My
you do?
sister,
No.
I'd be furious.
What would you do if you have like a
Sexist.
Christmas dinner or something, and your parents just lean in and start pashing each other because they love each other?
Well, my parents are actually divorced.
When
Just
they were
roll
together,
with it.
roll
Oh,
with it.
okay,
Like, we didn't
cool,
need to
sorry.
take. We were so fun.
Well,
we
no,
were having a
sorry.
great time.
Okay, cool. I just
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
make sure I'm
What
child
about
divorced.
what
Because
about
it's their right. It's their home.
Yeah.
It's their right to pash.
what if your parents went like full wedding crashers and your old man just starts getting
What, tugged off under the table?
See, that's uncouth.
That's uncouth. That's what you're saying, though, right? That's the
super
the
uncouth.
fucking dinner table tug.
That's uncouth regardless of person.
but you don't like
No, if you see your dad fucking starting to get
well, I'm
fucking...
just saying I'm thinking of wedding crashes.
your
Great
dad's
movie.
eyes roll back in his head at the dinner table.
Great movie.
Great movie. Great movie. I wouldn't
great
want to see,
scene.
I wouldn't
But
want
like-
to see my parents get
Maybe.
No, I was just checking.
jacked off.
What would you do?
Just making sure.
Because we're all, you're 40, you're 41.
Please, you're 40, cunt.
Mate, I recently turned 33. Didn't get a message
Okay,
off
what
yet.
about-
Didn't get a message off
No
yet.
message?
No.
I'm not a message for a birthday guy.
So
Even,
you just don't bring it up at all.
I'm not like
We
birthdays are
fucking
birthdays.
sung you
Yeah,
a
we-
birthday
yeah.
song
Oh,
on
sorry,
here. cunt.
bro. I need the Facebook notification, otherwise I don't know.
Well, you don't follow us on Facebook, obviously.
Well, you don't fucking follow me on Facebook.
Yeah, I got your birthday.
You obviously don't listen to our podcast either, because pretty sure we did a podcast on my birthday. Would have
Yeah,
mentioned it. You
that's
didn't.
true.
Anyway,
No, I didn't.
that's
Well,
fine.
what would you do? So we're all
No.
over 30 here. You're out with your single 30 mate, and you saw him passion on the dance floor.
Look, I'm almost happy for my single mates to be getting their rocks off.
a little
If
bit
I
uncouth
saw
these
you
days.
and Ella doing it, I'm like, I don't need that. I know you two. Like, we don't need to. Whereas your single mate, like, getting with some chick that you'd
I
be
thought
like,
passion on the
nice.
dance floor is like yesteryear kind of stuff.
What about dance floor bonnet work?
Jesus Christ!
the hell is
dude.
wrong with you
No,
today, bro?
Fuck
This
me
is too
dead.
much. This is too much.
Can't be
Too much.
talking.
You got to turn the revs down.
You got to rev down, buddy.
Rev down.
Am I over revving?
Well, you
You're
got to get
over
into,
it.
you got to probably get into second gear. You're talking about popping bonnets and we're in first gear on the show. We've just been here.
Christ. We're talking about pash, just a good old.
What a good old pass. You want your
kiss.
dad getting jacked off under the table?
Oh my god.
So no bonnet work?
Listen, I'm not saying bonnet works off the table. It's just like, Jesus Christ. On the dance,
We've got to have some level of couthness.
there's like the lack of couth-ness here is just unsettling.
I left my couth at the door, and
You need to pick it back up.
I don't need it. I don't need it
Someone
today.
pick Eddie's green room couth up.
Yeah.
Nah, leave it in there. We're on couth
man.
today and loving
Holy.
it. And loving it, by the way.
So, have you guys gotten into the hard trance yet or not?
Nah.
No.
Really? Didn't give it a try?
Did you listen to Vivaldi 4 seasons like I asked?
I was trying to remember the
I
name
did
of that.
a little bit, and I was like, too mainstream.
Lies.
I swear on my mother's
Mainstream.
great. I swear on my. You know what? I want it. I actually
Too
did.
mainstream.
Too mainstream.
When was
Actually, that's the
Vivaldi
last thing I listened to on Apple. There
Oh
you
wow,
go.
there you go. I take that back and I apologise
That's all
sincerely.
good. That's okay.
Too mainstream.
When was
Yeah.
Vivaldi getting into his work?
17, 1800s?
Right. Mainstream.
He was
Can
the
you
man
check
back
that
then.
for
Well, were they doing trance back then? I feel like yours is a little more current.
No, it's mainstream because everyone that listens to classical would listen to him.
No, I think people who listen to Beethoven or Mozart.
I want to go
out the
deeper.
gate.
Well, put it this way: the first
Bach,
song,
Handel.
the first song that comes on
Bit of
when you
Baroque.
press it, tell me. And let's
Yeah, but you know the songs because they're like, but only
let the punter and the dribble to the side. Is this mainstream? Okay, that didn't work.
Well, yeah, no,
It's mainstream.
it is.
But if you listen to the whole
That's-
thing,
Yeah, no, but this song is in every single movie,
Listen to
like
the first
classical.
song.
it goes for a minute. And then it goes for the whole thing goes for an hour.
I love the song. Eddie.
320 goes for 320. This must be the extended version, like Lord of the Rings director's cut.
I know this song. Right?
Like, this is mainstream.
No, that is mainstream.
But did you listen to the whole thing?
No, because I didn't get past the mainstream.
Okay.
I didn't get past the mainstream first song.
Sweet.
So you didn't really give him a chance, though.
You didn't give him a chance at all.
I think he's had plenty of chances. He's been fucking dead for a million years.
That's not necessary, dude.
Early 1700s.
There you go. So
I think it's too mainstream.
Spot on.
I want some edgy.
mainstream.
I want some edgy classical. I want to go deep. You know?
Well, you didn't go deep.
But you didn't go
Vivaldi.
deep.
No, I'm still looking.
But you didn't go deep.
I didn't go deep.
That's the problem.
But he's the mainstream guy.
Yeah, but that might be his classic. You know what I mean? Like he might have some of fucking shit that you don't know.
I want some edge on the edges, on the fringes stuff. I want the guy that like
It'd be like Matty going, and if he heard Lose Yourself with Eminem, goes, nah, I'm done now. But he didn't. He committed and he went deep, and now he's 0.00001% of the audience
Lose
worldwide.
Yourself came later in his discography. I didn't get to. I wasn't
Ignore
around.
the point.
I wasn't around.
Ignoring
when he
the
started.
point.
I wasn't around when he started. If I was, maybe I was like, yeah, that's a classic, but I like his old stuff.
Can I ask you this? Do you like that song?
I do.
When
that comes on, you don't like that?
Listen,
Because if you don't...
I appreciate the feeling it gives me for sure, but it just was a bit mainstream for me when I turned it on. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to House of the Dragon soundtrack.
That's mainstream.
That's actually House of the Dragon soundtrack is as mainstream
Name
as
one
it
song.
gets.
Mate,
I
House
couldn't
of
name
the
that
Dragon...
fucking
You
song.
can name that song.
No, I couldn't.
Okay, I'll put on the first song.
That's-
House of the
I think
Dragon.
that's-
Tell me if you've heard it before.
All right.
Tell me if you heard. I'll put the first song on for House of the
Okay.
Dragon. You tell me if you heard it. Actually, you know what? It's the Game of Thrones fucking soundtrack.
Yeah, there you go.
It's literally the opening thing.
Put it on. Go on, let's see. Let's fucking...
It's literally the Game of Thrones. I give you credit. You got me there.
Yes!
Yeah, right.
Look, I
Okay.
think Vivaldi.
You're
you
too
know,
mainstream,
but the
dude.
fact that you listen to the Game of Thrones intro music over
don't know.
Vivaldi and you're like, this is fucking way too mainstream, this Vivaldi guy.
I don't know.
How many people have listened to the Game of Thrones intro? Billions?
I see your point. But actually, when you're in the community, there's a deeper discussion as to whether the House of the Dragon should have had the Game of Thrones intro. And I'm on the party it should.
But can I ask you
Well,
this?
but it did, though.
But do you
I'm with
do
you.
you go past? Do you potentially go past the intro song?
Straight away.
Yeah. So potentially you should
Yeah.
have done that with Vivaldi.
Didn't hook me. Didn't hook me.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Didn't hook you.
too mainstream.
Yeah, one of the great songs of all time didn't hook you. Right. Okay.
You know what I've been
Interesting.
thinking lately? A lot, actually. I want to start. You know, handshakes are good. But I want to start just randomly bowing to people.
Throw a curtsy in there.
Like,
That'll really get people going.
I'll show you. Look. I'll shake your hand. Normal, good.
Yep.
I love a good handshake.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's kind of like honor. Are you honoring me? Is that like when you enter
Do
a...
you feel more honoured?
Well,
I do.
Yeah, I do. It's kind
Is that not better than a handshake?
Listen, it's weirder than a handshake. It's certainly that. I mean, it kind of makes me feel like I'm a sensei in a dojo, which I don't hate.
But like, you know, sometimes if you go to you know, I will use a Japanese restaurant as an example. You'll get the bow.
well, that's cultural.
But I love it.
Having a Chinese grandfather.
Oh yeah, I mean,
There's that.
it's certainly you've got a foot in the door.
And, you know, my child is also of Asian heritage.
But is the
You bow
bow
to him?
But is the bow?
I don't
the
think it's
bow
exclusive
isn't-
to-
The bow isn't just Asian though.
I don't think it's just Asian.
Because you bow to the King of England.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
And people used to get commented on who had like a mad bow, like a really like technically good bow. That used to
So
be a thing.
is bowing just a sign of like huge respect?
I think so.
sometimes
well,
not even.
even a curtsy.
Well,
as
curtsy
well.
was for women.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but it's
It's 2024.
I know, but I think you're meant to be holding a skirt.
no. I think you could just do it anyway.
I think you can just curtsy with your arm.
But I think that is like because they're lifting their skirt up. So that's like you're not grabbing anything.
No,
Good.
they don't have to. They just go like this.
Squat.
They go like this.
Why don't you squat instead of bow? If you're a guy, you just squat.
just get a big bloody horseshoe in there. Or horse stance, or whatever it's called.
horseshoe.
Horse stance. I did
think about the conversation starter.
Horse stance squat or
If
something
you
like that.
started bowing to everyone you met for the first time,
It'd make you memorable.
Boom.
People wouldn't forget your name. You'd be like,
And-
that's the cunt that bows at everyone.
and you'd be respected fucking worldwide. How can you not respect a bloke that bounced to you or a woman?
Listen, I think back in the day, in the Vivaldi era, you'd have a lot of respect. People were like, wow, this guy's still holding on to some shit. Today, I do fear that maybe it would be misinterpreted as you having some sort of a condition.
Back problems or something?
Well,
Stretching.
sure.
I'll tell you what,
know,
does pull the back muscles when I
you're not
bow.
working your hammies in the gym.
You got to activate the hammies.
You got to activate them before you bow. Probably before you get out. Like, if you're going to bow all day, you've really got to fucking
Well,
activate
it's
them.
actually, if you want to go deeper, usually lower back pain is because your hips aren't.
Well, you should be doing that too.
I try to loosen them up each day.
I'm more than aware about that. You're doing your couch stretches.
Yep.
Doing your couch stretches?
Yeah.
Yeah, doing your elevator pigeons?
But yeah, I just
Doesn't
think,
sound like it.
Look, no, I just think that let's bring the bow back, baby.
Bring the bow back, baby. Okay.
Oh, listen.
I want to. What about this, Denon? What about you? Because this is your idea. Go out into the world for a week and just get your bows in.
Okay.
I want you to come back with 50, 60 bows out there in the community.
Okay.
And just let me know how they're received.
Try and film them though. You need to try and like if you're just holding your phone and like bow and then pop back up and we'll get
See their face,
reaction.
just zoom in on their face.
Yeah. They're like, okay, that was fucking weird.
I just think bring the bow back. It feels more honourable, and it's like you're going to be remembered that way. No one's going to forget the guy that bowed to him.
That's true.
I'm actually surprised you didn't come in today with a pair of those Apple VR goggles. Because you strike me as that sort of like, neckbeard type
you
stuff.
and the neckbeard.
And like, but you walking
is
around,
neckbeard.
society. Have
Early
you seen people on the
adopters.
train and shit doing it? That's
You and the neckbeard
That's Denon and the
definitely had
neckbeards.
like Google glasses and shit.
No, that's
And
not
just
neckbeard.
filmed people.
Neckbeards can't afford Apple goggles.
No, neckbeards.
there's a lot of wealthy neckbeards out there.
But also neckbeards squirrel away all of their neckbeard cash for fucking...
because they don't party.
Exactly. For when the new release or something and then they're all down there lining up and camping for 6 weeks before it fucking comes out.
But surprised you're not all over it. I'm surprised you're not doing the
Well,
podcast.
I know all about it. And look, I don't have.
Are you going to get?
$3.5
Are you going to get
lying
some?
around. No.
Oh, you don't have $3.5 grand.
I don't have $3.5 grand lying around, boys.
Okay.
No, sure.
Yeah,
Did you leave your water cash in the car?
Look, it's impressive though. Impressive technology, is it not?
Yeah, it's impressive technology, but it's daggy.
It's kind
daggy.
of... Well, it's kind of like... I don't know
Who's going to get around in that thing?
You see
Well, you don't
people
necessarily
doing
have
it
to
now.
leave the house in them. You can just use them at home by yourself if you want.
What I haven't looked into it, but I've seen like sort of some of the shit. I saw one where it's like a guy's watching NBA and then he's able to go and he's able to like pull up fucking other games.
Stats.
happening there.
Okay, here's
I've
one.
seen someone has it pinned around his house. So like every time, so when he gets next to the TV, he's got like a particular app pinned there, and they're in the same spot in his house.
Oh,
when
so
he
you
gets
get- when
back
he
there,
gets
they
there-
stay
You
there.
boys
and
sound
shit.
impressed.
I'm impressed.
I'm impressed
what
by
it
that,
is.
but I'm just like, it's too early. I'm not an early adopter.
Oh,
He
okay.
won't get it for 15, 20 years. He's a laggard.
By
they
that
say.
time there'll be contact
Luddite.
lenses.
Exactly right. You're a Luddite.
laggard.
Laggard. I think they're called laggards.
Oh, really? I thought it was a Luddite when you're like a technologically.
I think you on the adoption phase are considered a laggard.
Oh, so that's where like lagging comes from.
potentially.
Potentially.
But
What about this?
it's a
then?
bit early on the road for me.
But I tell you, like the experience that could be created.
will be created.
Yeah, that will be created. Like you're watching the footy, you've got your goggles on. Imagine the things they could do with that. You could have the Roo telling you about the guy's bloody childhood.
But
in your
you could
ear,
look over and Rue would be sitting next to you.
watching footy with you.
Yeah.
That would be a fucking trip. Have mushrooms and do that. That would be an absolutely, yeah.
Or like Joey Johns sitting next to you, just commentating the footy.
But it's
Because
just
you'd actually be able to tap into something like that where it's like Joey doesn't know. You don't even have to connect directly with Joey. You just connect with fucking Nine or
Yeah,
Fox
and
or
he's just
whatever,
getting
and
filmed
he's
in the
just
thing.
in there and talking.
Just talking footy, and you're in the commentary box with him, and Rabsy comes back for one last hurrah.
Did you see our mate Elon Musk? They put the first Neuralink in.
Oh, that's scary.
So
shit.
now
That's
I'm now I'm just saying there's no real way back, is there, for the punter and the dribbler? We're
basically
a
robots.
bit more old school than like your young, people that are like 15 now and shit, who are just going to jump all over this thing. I don't know how quick I'm going to be to get a chip implanted in my brain.
it's going
But
to need to be fucking.
we are
rigid.
basically already with this VR living in virtual reality.
It's
in the next 20 years,
craziness.
people will be living in there
It's actually crazy. And
I
then,
will not be living.
and
and
then-
hooked up to tubes and shit.
Yeah,
you
no,
know
I
what I
won't be
mean?
doing that.
ironically,
And fucking their hot miso in this like fake world who's not real.
Well, that's because what's that thing like?
Haptic feedback
haptic
suits.
feedback. Yeah.
well,
it's all,
ironically, it may prove or begin to prove the simulation theory
that
that
we're already in one.
because if
I
we
think
can
100% it proves it.
because
I mean, that's
100%.
Not 100%, but statistically,
Okay.
it's basically proven.
That's like so. If we can create a simulation that feels basically real, then
Well, how far away is this from being simulated? Not that far.
someone was
maybe
Maybe
100 years, maybe 200 years. Max.
I reckon this is 100, 200 years away.
Yeah.
I'd never heard
That's not
the,
far at all.
No,
I
and
hadn't heard
it's-
the term till the other day, but NPC. Have you heard that?
Oh, the
It's like
NPC, yeah.
non-player character.
Yeah.
So it's like referring
NPC.
to NPC. So it's like referring to like people in your life. Like say you're at the bar and there's like a group of people over there. You're like, these people are just filling space. Like they aren't
It's
anyone.
basically another word for sheep.
Sort of, but like, you know when you're in a video game and say you're going into like a gun store.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't leave the gun store. You can be playing this game in the middle of the night. He doesn't go home to a wife or a family. It's just like
That's his thing.
That's his thing. That's all he does. And so it's like saying that if we are in a simulation, it's just these people are just like you're the main character in your own simulation, and these people are just all fucking.
Yeah, correct.
To use it as a derogatory term is like, he's just an NPC, or if you can go deeper, he's a bot.
Yeah.
He's a bot, which means he's just
bot, dude. I'm gonna start
regurgitating.
using that.
Yeah, he's like regurgitating, or she's regurgitating, what the Matrix wants them to regurgitate. The Matrix.
NPC is the number one insult in our friendship group. The number one.
Great. I'm fucking so young.
There you
dude.
go.
I'm so young.
Because I tell you what you could do.
You're
like,
young.
let's say you're a fucking billionaire in the future, right? And you're going, you know what? I'm bored, nothing to do. I'm just going to like plug into this simulation. I want to play this guy and I want to have this outcome and this is my life. And you just jump in and have a fucking life, come out, off you go.
Just for like an afternoon.
Just for an arvo.
Bizarre.
Just go live like a life.
I want to go and
for life.
open the batting for Australia.
Yeah, that's my life. And have like, I want to mimic someone like Shane Warne, his life. Just
Yeah.
like insert me in
Do you
there for a
reckon?
bit.
So there's
The Liz Hurley years.
for thousands of years.
Yeah.
There's like wars between tribes. There's wars between states. Wars between
Achilles.
religions. Do you reckon in 100 or 200 years there'll be wars between technology versus non-technology people?
Oh, well, that
we'd
is
get-
the Matrix.
We'd get crushed.
Like technology?
Yeah.
What, as in there'd be some people that are pro-technology, some people that are anti-technology. Oh. Trying to like go back to like when we were in caves.
Oh, yeah. And then people, living off the grid will take on an entirely new meaning.
that'll be the true hipsters.
Yeah.
Living off the grid, it's not just like generators in the bush, bro. It's like, no. Like, I'm not living in that world.
When I get rabbit holey, I think about that all the time, about just going, do I need to like go and try and like buy just like a plot of land somewhere just in case?
The ironic thing about that is like, so I get the idea of buying a plot
That's
of land
doomsday as opposed to I don't want to live that
because
life.
I'm not like saying I need to fucking build a bunker. I'm just more like, should I
But
I have a little bit more of an understanding of like how to like grow?
But let's
But
say
if
you
you,
do.
let me just unpack that. If you were to buy this plot, would you have a storage cupboard with like baked beans and shit in cans?
I mean, obviously it'd take me a while to accumulate, but sure, it'd be a smart, prudent decision to have fucking cans.
The
prepped.
only problem with that is you're
So
buying it
you
for
got a
like-
bit of prepper in you.
You're buying it for like end of world stuff, correct?
I'm not organised at all, as if I'm going to be able to prepare.
But
that
you've got, yeah, you're a prepper without the
without the prep.
You're buying it for like
prep.
end of world stuff, hey?
Huh?
It's like an end of world kind of.
Well, it's
off
not
the
really
grid.
end of world because, like, I mean, if end of world happens, we're all fucked. It's more just about like when COVID happened, it was like, oh Jesus Christ, you'd love a bit of fucking space.
But
So it's more just about like if you don't know if the shit hits the fan in some way, having a bit of fucking.
The problem is though, is like you can buy it, but if the society gets to that point, the only thing that matters is force and strength. And so like that piece of paper that's, hey, I bought this. It's like,
Absolutely.
Too
There's
late.
but he's not talking. He's not talking anarchy and doomsday.
I'd
He's
be
talking.
fucked in
No, but
Anarchy.
even this, okay, so like with the whole, won't go deep into it, but with COVID or whatever, if they wanted to come out to your house and fucking force you to do something, they've proven they kind of can.
Absolutely, they can. I am in no way like, let's fucking fight the power. I'm just more like,
Leave me alone.
yeah. I'm just more like, hey, I'm just out here. I hope they got like a creek running through some random plot of land in the middle of nowhere, and like, oh, I've learned how to make tomatoes. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So it's more the vibe of the
just
feeling
being
of
able to get the fuck away if you really
Okay.
need to.
Okay.
You don't have much. You don't have much veggie growing in you. I don't think.
Of course I don't. I fucking have never lived anywhere where I could grow veggies. I'm saying I would like to find somewhere, or not even late at night. Too many vegan gummies, rabbit hole territory. I'm on domain and I'm looking for fucking plots of land.
Have you seen the YouTubes of like people that build basically buildings from nothing by themselves? And there's like huge controversies of it all being faked. So there's like YouTubes that go for like 6 hours long or something.
I like when they're in the bush and shit.
They're in the bush or they're in some island, and it's like one guy builds a whole house literally himself. But they've found out that most of those channels are actually faked because they're like investigators.
Oh yeah, you can see like digger marks and shit where they've got like
right.
excavators in. Yeah. I've
So
seen
that would be, you would be like, yeah, I come out here and I build it all myself, but really
I'd
it's
be
like,
fucked. Well, I wouldn't be able to build it. It'd be like a couple of logs up against a tree with like some leaves over it. But people back in the day used to be able to like build their own shit. My missus, her old man who passed away when she was young, but like he could just build a fucking house. You're like, just the time when like skills like that, highly skilled individuals were not so few and far between. It wasn't just about like, he wasn't a builder, you know what I mean? But like he just knew how to do it.
I feel like they had more time to, like, as in, they didn't have more time.
There was more jack of all trades.
Yeah.
But like, for example, we fill our time now with content pretty much. Like us, like YouTube, the internet, everything. That's all we fill our time with. Whereas back then, either you sat next to the radio, read a book, or you just did shit.
You tinker.
Yeah. And so if we didn't have content, we'd all be tinkering.
I know.
Not very well.
No,
Not all of us.
You wouldn't tinker? Oh,
I'd tinker.
you'd tinker?
Fuck yeah, I'd tinker. Mate, tinkering would be fun. I'm distracted by everything unless there's something that I like. You know what I mean? I think I'm a bit ADD.
Don't do that. Don't be like, I got ADD. Don't be that
I'm
person.
not saying if I had ADD, I'd be pounding, what are they, Ritalin? But you know what I mean? Like there's things where it's like, if you get really into something, I can sit there. But if it's like...
So you've got OCD.
Well, I'm not flicking light switches on and off, but like...
ADD is when you, isn't that when you lose
You can't
attention?
concentrate.
Yes.
As opposed to like...
No, you can't concentrate, but they can fucking hyper-focus on shit as well. We wanted to say congratulations on the Monday show. That was fucking huge. Almost 7 hours, 6
hours 53, 2 minutes.
6:53.
Yeah.
Fucking huge. Obviously not as impressive as what we've got in mind, which is a 7-hour show on Wednesday
For our 600th.
episode. We're going to do 7 hours. And we just want everyone to know, like, you think 6 hours is impressive?
Are you being serious right now?
Yeah, we've been
we got a
serious.
7 hour
You reckon
show.
6 hours 53 is good?
Yeah.
Try 7 on.
Try 7 hours. Try 7 hours for the 600th episode.
So give us a tease.
It'll be dribble and yarn at its absolute finest,
Yeah.
and there'll be some guests. You're invited.
Yeah,
if
you
you
are
want to come
invited
in
to
for
roll
I've
in.
heard of it.
Well, we're
it's-
inviting you.
Okay.
This is officially the
So
invitation.
that is next Wednesday.
Next
Yeah.
Wednesday.
You can come in for like an hour stint.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate it.
Come in for 3 hours because we're going to need it.
All right, I'll be there.
But listen, we just wanted to point out that whilst impressive,
It's got the record for another week.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair though, you are rotating guests in. We just fucking truck the nut.
Well,
But
you've got
how many
50
guests did you
guests
have? You have Timmy, Guru, Hammy, and Maddie.
How many guests are you going to have?
well, we don't know.
Well, at the moment we've got one.
Because you're going to only have two.
We've got you,
And you've only got one other then.
Well, we might.
How?
Well, because you got two other. So we got
five
five
of
people.
you.
Yeah, so you got two
So
other.
we've got two more to come.
So
in.
you can only have 3 guests of the whole time.
Sweet. Easy.
That's fine. Maybe bring in fucking. We get Rue. Maybe Scope.
Just bring in the host from Monday.
And do a season preview.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it then, boys.
Yeah.
Cannot wait. Cannot wait. Also, store shout-outs, guys. Harrigan's in Cameron Park will be having their Super Bowl party on the 12th of February where pints of bloke lager will be available for schooner prices. So if you're in the Newcastle area, get to Harrigan's. Also, Lake Illawarra Hotel and North Nowra Bottle Marts are selling bloke lager and midi in 10 packs. Sometimes a 6-pack isn't enough to get in and say g'day to Kev and Zlatan. So that's 10 packs in Lake Illawarra and North Nowra Bottle Marts, and also Harrigan's in Cameron Park. Pints of bloke lager for schooner prices.
I've actually got something to admit. Well, I've got like a confession.
Oh no.
These are my confessions.
Yeah.
Usher.
Just
Usher.
when I
Part
thought
1
I
and
said
2.
all I can
Great
say.
album.
Eddy
my chick
confessed
on the
twice.
side. Yeah, well, he was a fucking scallywag. But
tell
it's
you
not that
what.
sort of a confession.
Sex addict? I think so.
Well, that's just a
Which
convenient
is-
term for someone who likes to fuck.
Correct.
Look, I will say he did a really good job of painting himself as a victim when he's actually singing to his missus that he not only cheated, but he made another person pregnant.
Yeah.
I felt like he was a victim, even though,
Well, he was singing in like a sad voice.
yeah,
you
when
know?
you're singing a sad voice, it's pretty much.
Wow, I heard some talent in there.
Did someone just play Usher's song, or was that you? What's your confession?
I was at a wedding on the weekend, and it was a beautiful wedding. Shout out to Will and Geordie. And
Shout out.
at the end of the weddings and late into the night, they have out like food on tables and shit. And I meander over to the wedding cake, and in my drunken state, I pick it up and I put it in my mouth and I consume it and I eat it and I thoroughly enjoy it. And I turn to the bride and I go, "This is fucking delicious. What cake is this?" To which she responded, "Carrot cake."
Told ya. If you can buy carrot cake, which is delicious,
Fuck that.
and I would argue nutritious.
I hate carrot cake.
Do you?
Yep. It's foul. Sorry to fucking.
You don't like carrot cake.
Bro, are you kidding me? Carrot cake.
You
as
look like a
said,
carrot
is-
cake operator.
No, dude.
Have you
I'm
ever had a
cake-
good carrot cake?
Clearly
I
not.
refuse to believe you've had a good carrot
Hey,
cake.
you know what doesn't go in cakes? Carrots. Sorry.
Have you had a carrot
you know
cake?
what? Oh, yeah, I had a really good tomato cake on the weekend.
Have you had
It
a carrot
was fucking
cake?
delicious.
Have you
Oh,
had
yeah.
one?
I had a fucking
Spoken like a man that hasn't had one.
cucumber cake.
Do you
I've
reckon he's had one? I don't reckon he has.
I don't
reckon
I don't reckon he has.
What
I
are you
reckon there's-
talking about?
There
It's
is no
called a fritter.
fuck- He's the
Probably
most
just a carrot fritter.
A fritter.
You know what? He might
You
have
haven't had one.
Of course I've had a
No,
carrot
you
cake.
haven't.
You know,
Of course
look-
I have.
No, you haven't.
Why would you eat carrot cake with
You
all
haven't
of
had
the
one.
cake
I
that
can-
is out
I
there to be
can-
consumed?
I can fucking
Cheesecake,
guarantee you he hasn't had
chocolate
one.
cake,
I can
mud cake,
I know this
fucking
cunt well.
bespoke
He hasn't had one.
cakes.
I can promise you. I would swear on my life he hasn't had a carrot
Why
cake
would
before.
Why would I be anti-cake?
Because I
You
know
sound
you,
like
bro.
Eddie cake.
I know you, and I know that you did. I know that you would enjoy carrot cake.
I don't enjoy
and you
carrot
haven't
cake.
because you haven't had one.
I have. I don't like it.
No, you haven't.
Cake.
It's
Carrot
like
and cake
this
is
dickhead.
inappropriate.
He goes, "I fucking hate bacon rind," and I go, "You haven't had bacon rind, have you?" And then he had it, and he ate it exclusively and got shingles. I'm like, "Shut up, bro." I know Tom better than he knows himself. It's as simple as that.
Am I now like in a fucking crisis of confidence about like trusting my own instincts? Yeah, I am. I haven't felt the same since.
The moment, just to recap, the moment
I
Tom
loved
said to
it.
me he hates carrot cake, I go, "You've never had it.
I loved it.
There's no way in the world you've had carrot
I
cake."
loved the carrot cake.
Look, I will say this: if you want to look at it as a silver lining, your best mate knows you better than you do. That's a positive.
Yep.
Because you held on to this lie in front of.
Well, it wasn't a lie because
Yep.
I'm coming here now. I'm bearing my soul. I could have
Well,
not told
for the period
anyone.
but for the period that you didn't tell us that, it was a lie.
Well, I mean, that's been 5 days. Well, when was it?
What do
Friday.
you mean? It's been like 2 years.
No, as in I hated carrot cake. At least I
Oh,
thought
you're
I
trying to
did.
claim
because you hadn't had it.
you hadn't had it yet.
No,
That's
as
the
in
lie.
I'm.
Which is what I said. I go, "You've
have
never had carrot cake." He goes, "Yes, I have." I go, "No, you haven't."
Listen.
Because if
listen.
you'd had it, you wouldn't hate
Guys,
it
come
because
on.
carrot cake's delicious.
Firstly, full credit to me for being such a man of honour and integrity that I come here and I admit that I enjoyed carrot cake.
You've been less.
Maybe I had a bad carrot cake
Look,
last
no,
night.
you've actually been a man of no honour for long periods, and you've only been for 30
Incorrect.
seconds now.
Well,
maybe
but-
60
but-
seconds, a man of honour.
I'm a man of honour.
But there's no honour in saying you'd had carrot cake when you hadn't.
I had carrot cake.
No,
And
you
that's
haven't.
been for
For
no, I
at
had.
least a year and a half, maybe even 2 years.
Longer
you've
than
been
that. Yeah, it's probably
a
been 2
dishonourable
years.
man.
No, incorrect.
You've only been an honourable man for maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes right now.
Fuck, dude. You've recency though, right? You're only as good as your last honourable thing. Yeah, I'm honourable, man. I'm honourable.
Only as good
But
as your last honour.
It was it could also have been the cake. I don't know. Like, I mean, fuck, the last carrot cake I
I think you
had
need to
tasted
just
like
lean into the
shit.
fact that
I'm an honourable
you've never
guy.
had it. That you
No,
never-
I
no,
think
no.
that's just
I
it.
will not do that because I'm honourable. I'm not going to lie to the people. But
Holy shit.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was good, and it's
Okay.
been fucking me up, and I've been holding that inside.
Maybe it was a carrot
Good.
cake.
Is that
you
good
had
to
the
get
whole
off your
time.
chest?
It was good. I've been holding that in, so it's nice. Even though you guys probably won't, heaping praise on me like I think I deserve. It does feel good to get it off the chest.
Well, because we always knew that you never had the carrot cake.
I have had
So
carrot
we
cake.
weren't thinking
No,
in our
because
heads.
it was clear to both of us that you thought carrot cake was like big carrots in a cake.
like a nutritious kind of
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, like some sort of vegan.
And like
yeah,
really dry and shit. Like
Yeah.
that's
No, no,
It was
no.
pretty obvious.
Incorrect.
I tell you what, big play from them. Carrot cake at a wedding. I haven't actually seen that before.
Neither had I.
That's a big play.
Clearly, I was shocked.
Wow.
Well, because they respect the power of a carrot
They
cake.
do.
You know what I mean?
That's a marriage is going to last.
Listen, I am breaking bread with carrot cake officially. I just need that to be known. Like,
Are you maybe you're feeling the pressure from carrot cake, and that's why you come here to try.
No, dude, the carrot cakes. I
can't
haven't
be to
felt the
join 'em.
pressure. No, I haven't felt the pressure of the cake for a significant amount of time. That cake fell off. Let's be honest. That cake fell off. But I'm just showing respect.
we couldn't actually sign it. It was too expensive.
Honourable guy.
Costs too much.
Me and the carrot cake are like El Chapo and fucking Sean Penn shaking hands.
Someone make that.
Yes.
Someone make that.
Someone
No,
make
you're
that.
like the dude in the office, them shaking hands. Steve Carell,
Yeah,
who's the
yeah,
other guy.
yeah. Whatever famous handshake moment. That's me and a carrot cake officially.
Conor McGregor putting his hand out and not getting shaked by Rafael dos Anjos. Is
Yep.
that how you say it? Anyway. What
Anyway.
do you got there, Matty?
Tom, when was the wedding?
Friday.
So Friday was the 2nd of February. It was the 2nd of February 2 years ago to the day where Carrot Cake joined the podcast.
Wow.
Holy.
Fucking
That
hell.
is
We're in a
huge.
simulation, bro. Look, you wouldn't have noticed because he really doesn't offer anything to this podcast, but Tom isn't here.
No, he's not. And we've replaced him with a carrot cake, which seemed appropriate.
I feel like the carrot cake's given more than Tom would.
Fuckloads more. Fuckloads more. That carrot cake won't quit. It's
Where's
been
all the
terrific.
where's all the big carrots sticking out of it so you know it's a carrot cake?
There's none in here.
We're in a simulation.
We are. That is
That's simulation.
That's a code writer doing that.
Yeah, that
A
is.
few years ago going, look, what I'll do is in the year anniversary, I'll get him to admit that he's a lying piece of shit.
That's
That's written.
It says in the code, it says lying piece
Lying
of shit.
piece of shit. No, it says
which is also where there's-
honourable. It says, look at this man become the honourable beacon of the DMP.
You know when they say that saying it's written?
Yeah.
Yeah, literally in code.
Literally in
written.
code.
That was coded.
Carrot cake code.
Yeah.
That's a carrot cake code.
Okay.
Fucking hell, that's bizarre. Good
That is
checking as
actually
well,
fucking
Matty.
That's good
weird.
Dioring.
That is great doing. All right,
I mean, the original Dior. Varley.
Yeah, R.I.P.
To the look, I consider Matty the original Dior, but even though his name wasn't Dior.
And I think Dior was around before Matty.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was.
Okay, I say original because he's my man. He's my man.
That's nice, but it's
Yeah,
not
but it's
true.
actually factually incorrect.
Yeah, but I like to twist things to suit my agenda.
No, but on this occasion you'd be wrong.
But not in my agenda.
So like your facts don't care about feelings. Or
No,
feelings
this
don't
is
care
called
about
alternative facts.
Oh, sorry, right. Okay.
Alternative truth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
alternative
your
truth
truth.
facts.
Yeah.
Also known as misinformation.
Alternative truth is the best.
But Varley Dior, Dave, how's he handling the big fella? Have you spoken to
We
him
have not
since?
spoken
Haven't
to him.
spoken
He's
to him.
dead
Delete
to
his
us.
number.
We kicked him out of the chat group.
We
He's dead to
deleted
us.
him out of the chat groups, obviously. Changed all the passwords, obviously. Got everything back that could incriminate us.
And Tobler dyed his hair blue. So
Until
we're
the
good.
dyed his hair blue. But we haven't heard from him. He might be getting his dick worked to the bone.
Well, he's got probably it's not a real job. It's still in the podcast world, but like it's definitely far more professional. The show he's on.
Oh, is he in the podcast world
He's
now?
going to
He's producing
podcast, you know?
he's producing a political thriller.
As
You know
in-
Josh Zepps?
Yes, I know Josh Epps.
Josh Zepps doing a podcast, and now Dave's
No
going to be.
way. And Dior is the guy.
Dior. Yeah.
And Dior is way further left than Joshy.
Oh, no, exactly.
Josh is like centre
Josh will fucking smack
Zepsy.
him around the head
Good
because
old
like
Zeps.
we aren't smart enough to be bringing Dave into that sort of getting him. He's floating away like Wilson on the tide. We're trying to bring him back.
Dior Dave was pro North Korea. Put it that way. Yeah.
That's not even a joke.
That's not a joke.
Is that serious?
We've had that
As in, he
argument.
was
We had
like
that
justifying
argument.
North
Yeah. No, we had that argument in the office. It
I don't
was
believe it. I don't
that was a
believe it.
fiery one. No bullshit. No bullshit.
And so he's pretty much is he anti-West pretty much? Like
Yeah.
American
Fuck yeah.
bad?
Hates the West.
yeah.
So he's getting one step closer to Joe Rogan. Maybe he's trying to slowly infiltrate because like Zepps has been on Rogan.
Yep.
So he's taking a step closer.
Well, he hates Joe Rogan.
But that's what I mean. He's
Hates
trying to
Elon Musk.
infiltrate to start spreading misinformation to Rogan's audience.
He hates successful people, famous people,
Yeah, he
wealthy
does.
people.
He
You've got to be
honestly-
like. You've got to be.
Zepps is successful.
If you're not,
Yeah, he'll be-
if you're
he'll
not,
be
if you're not a
conflicted by
poor loser, like D or Dave's not India.
Yeah.
He's pro loser.
Poor loser.
No, but as, like he's pro loser.
Yeah, but like if you were a rich loser,
But if you're a
he
rich
would-
loser,
he
don't
would-
no,
he
no,
wouldn't.
it doesn't work.
That's a good point. Pro poor loser.
Yeah. No, you got to be fucking on your, the bones of your ass.
Was it sad to see him go though, the big fella?
Of course
Yes,
it was.
was.
We miss our little mate.
Little commie.
But he's
Little
flown
commie
the
Dave.
nest, so to speak.
Yeah, we're proud of him.
We're proud of him. He's off to do what he loves, which is
Yeah.
political shit.
Political
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
Wow. I could see you guys be doing a political podcast. I mean, you already have actually. He's doing it again this year, the political podcast.
There'll be some politics.
Yes.
Yeah, there'll be
of
some
a
state
different, of a
politics.
slightly different persuasion, but this.
Well, we're doing some different, I mean, the state governments have asked for some different attire.
Yes, different attire the state governments have asked for,
Okay.
but there will be an opportunity this year to
Support-
represent your state politics with a bit of gusto.
Yep.
Oh, that's great stuff. That's great stuff. There's also some rugby league news that's happening at the moment.
Really? Didn't know we talked about that here.
New South Wales Blues have picked a 36-man squad. Headlines read state in crisis, some shocking decisions.
Fuck off.
Oh, no, that's not what it said.
How about that video, the Origin people, the Queenslanders on TikTok? Did you see that?
Don't tell me that didn't get you started. Don't tell me it didn't get you started.
What was it?
Yeah, exactly. It was just them being like, oh, fuck.
We're
a bunch
Queenslanders,
losers.
of course we drink Forex. We're Queenslanders,
Yeah.
of course we read Batuta. We're Queenslanders, of course we fucking rip and tear.
Yeah, just breaking news. Batuta, based out of Sydney. Correct.
Suckling on the teat of the government of New South Wales
Yeah,
whilst
yeah.
funneling funds back into Queensland.
Everyone from Queensland gets out of there.
Yeah.
You're literally getting your taxpayers.
No one stayed. Not even your coach lives there.
Getting literally suckled.
Your coach doesn't say
Your
that.
coach doesn't live there. He's like, fucking get me out of this shit.
You don't live there.
You don't live there.
Batuta don't live
Who
there.
lives there?
We're just
Fucking
using all your resources.
your captain of your state doesn't live there. Munster doesn't live there.
Meanwhile, your cuck state is like, yeah, you can come take all our stuff and then pound us in Origin.
Well,
Getting
no,
cucked
we're
to
just
the inch of
like,
your
listen,
life.
we've got enough fucking.
If you had any backbone, you kick us all out.
We
but you
can
don't.
accommodate. We can accommodate you here.
No backbone.
No one wants to be up in that muggy shithole
Thanks
with
for
a
pounding us
brown
into
river.
the core of Earth, Billy.
Yeah.
You can come back down now
Come
and use all our resources.
swim in the brown snake.
No thanks.
All jokes aside, the 36-man squad.
That wasn't a joke, mate.
So some big.
Sorry, just quickly. Cam Smith abandoning your fucking state? Doesn't even want to be there.
Honestly, you want to know the inside word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called the mercy rule.
Shut the fuck up.
That was pretty good.
That was good. You respect that. But no, it is that's turncoat shit. Like there's some going on there. Hey Billy, don't want to coach my state anymore. I'm gonna go and coach some fucking 7-year-olds. Right.
First of all, it's under 15. Second of all, it's called grassroots. Something that you guys clearly, here in New South Wales, don't give a shit about.
Ask Penrith, we clearly do.
Even though Brad Fittler is like the GOAT of doing that kind of stuff. But disregarding that, because you sacked him. You don't like that stuff.
Well,
you didn't really sack him. You just didn't re-sign him.
He actually chose to leave.
It's mutual.
So, mercy rule.
Cam Smith dog Queensland.
I think actually New South Wales actually went to Queensland and said, well, actually, if you look at this contract about Origin, there's a mercy rule here. If you keep pounding us, you got to get rid of a GOAT, and that's what happened.
I think that's a lie.
It's only been 2, mate. We've sat through far worse.
Well, the last
We didn't get any mercy in the fucking
the last 20 years, you've won, I think, 4 series.
Yeah. I'm aware of the
4
numbers.
from 18.
So not 20 years. No, not that much. Not as much as, Cam Smith leaving. That's way worse.
Okay.
All jokes aside.
All jokes aside. Madge has reached out to Pappenhausen, but he's still managing his ankle injury. Charlie Mitt, Payne Haas could not attend. Adokar, Burton, Critter, Hines. This is the team. This is the squad. Hines, McInnes, Young, Best, Frizzell, Saifiti, Tedesco, Tupou, Suoli'i, Moses, Gutho, Paulo, Campbell Gillard, Reece Robson, Jake Trbojevic, Tom Trbojevic, Ola Kawatu, Murray, Latrell Mitchell, Cody Walker, Damien Cook, Campbell Graham, Colin Matongi, Payne Haas, Staggs, Appy Coruscant, Dylan Edwards, Nathan Cleary, Luai, To'o, Liam Martin, Isaiah Yeo.
And Stefano and Drinkwater not picked.
So basically, like most of those guys, all expected. I don't think there's any surprises there. I have to say, though, I am shocked that Scott Drinkwater is not involved. I just don't understand that decision. I understand if Madge is sitting there going, look, defensively, he's a bit of a smaller body, and I like certain kind of fullbacks that are a bit bigger body. But I look at Scott Drinkwater, and then I look at the current fullbacks in that squad, and I don't consider Latrell or Tommy fullbacks in the Origin at the moment. I consider them centres. And I'm just like, well, at least have him in the squad because he's so different to Edwards and Tedesco. And even Gutho to a degree. I'm shocked that Drinkwater wasn't selected. What do you reckon?
I would have thought that in the hierarchy, and maybe it doesn't matter about the hierarchy anymore because it's a new coach, but that someone like Scotty Drink might have been ahead of a Clint Gutho.
I would have thought so.
I would have just thought so. Does Scotty Drink also provide a more utility value? Or I guess maybe Gutho can play in the halves, but like is Scotty Drink also plays like 5'8", doesn't he?
He has played 5'8".
He has?
Yeah.
Not that again, just for that utility, that cover.
I think that if we're looking at last season, we're looking at Tedesco's form, which has been up and down, mixed, probably the term you'd use, and he was to be replaced, and you're like, okay, I'm going to leave Tommy and Latrell in the centres, then there's a fullback spot that opens up that is fucking up for grabs, and to my mind, Scotty Drinkwater should be part of that conversation.
Also, he's a smooth-skinned twink, and I can't see anyone there.
Well, it worked. I tell you what, it worked for Queensland twinking up.
You know what I mean?
In the number 1 jersey.
Yeah.
Twinks.
You guys are all smooth-skinned twinks, basically. Like,
but I genuinely would say Scotty Drinkwater, I would have him ahead of Gutho, personally.
Yeah.
In the hierarchy of needs.
I think Gutho, he definitely could play fullback. He's like a good outside your back that's like a utility almost. Like you can kind of fit him in anyway. Good to have around. He's also a locker room player. The thing is, I just don't know why you wouldn't add him to the squad.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm not saying replace him.
Just add him, yeah.
But I'm saying if in the hierarchy you're looking for a fullback to potentially replace Tedesco and you're of the opinion that Tommy and Latrell better in the centres, then Scotty Drinkwater's got to be thought about.
And you look at the game one and even your issue wasn't actually your defence. It was the fact you couldn't put points on. You had all the ball in game one last year.
Adelaide, tough night. Tough night.
Nice.
Fuck, that was a kind of a night.
Yeah.
Whereas Scotty Drinkwater he's going to give you 12 points probably in that situation, or at least 6, just with his ball playing.
Yep.
And it's like there's no rule saying you can't pick 37.
That's what I'm surprised at. It's just like it seems bizarre that you just wouldn't add an extra. Because now heading into the season, what does that do for Scotty's confidence? Does he go, oh shit, I'm not in the mix? Doesn't mean he's going to play poorly for the Cowboys, but
Maybe to light a fire under that smooth arse.
maybe that's what it is.
Maybe
Might
Madge
fire.
didn't want
2 steps
anyone.
ahead.
Maybe Madge didn't want anyone.
Hyping him up.
Well, like not having to bunk in a room. He wanted even numbers.
He could have picked Stefano as well.
Got 38.
Because it's this.
That's
now,
great point.
Can I tinfoil hat this bitch? Stefano Utoika Manu of Tigers fame obviously was there when Madge was unceremoniously knifed in the back. Is there beef there?
No, I don't think there'd be beef there, but beef. But
Could
again,
be. Could be a liquor beef.
Could be a lick of beef, maybe.
Slick.
Maybe minced beef.
Could be beef, you reckon?
Maybe.
Well, because Stefano,
young, big body,
young
fucking
big
huge.
body who was not given a crack last year.
It was like he went okay. He didn't go poorly when he played.
How long did
He
we
had like
get him?
6 minutes.
14 minutes or some
Yeah,
shit.
it was barely anything.
Fucking
He went
nothing.
Okay. I just two young guys that could be really good in the Origin arena, not in a squad. It's just very surprising. I'd love to sit down with Michael Maguire and ask him the thought process in that.
Well, I would like Origin coaches to be a little bit more transparent with stuff like this.
Yeah,
and
what
just
they think.
explain.
Has he had any
This is
press conferences
This
or
would be
anything?
this would be a 2-minute clip that you could put on New South Wales Rugby League's fucking
This is why I
Instagram
went
page.
way,
This is
yeah.
why.
You know, Scotty Drinkwater's a great fullback, but at the moment we've got Edwards is, we've got Tedesco, Edwards, Gutho can play there, Tommy can play there, Latrell can play there, and you go, oh, okay.
Okay, sure.
Although it does keep us in jobs being able to speculate on everything because there's just no information out
That's
there.
true.
You know what? No coach or player is ever allowed to talk again because then we can just
We
speculate.
just
for the rest of our
speculate on
lives.
everything.
Yeah.
Which makes it's a lot easier for us to do our job than if you have the answer to everything.
That's right.
So thanks, Madge. We
Thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much, Madge.
And so we're just going to run with the
twink thing?
We're going to run with the twink thing, and that we need one, and we're going to run with the fact that Drinkwater and Madge big beef.
Stefano.
No, we'll Drinkwater too.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
right.
massive beef. Okay.
Yep.
Look, this is me reading.
liquor beef.
This is me reading way too far into it. But I look at it and go, does it, like the concern I have there is Madge seems like a very old school kind of coach. And like when you look at Edwards and Tedesco and they're a bit bigger and they're tough and they're rough and all that kind of stuff.
What do you?
Does it lean, is that a concern that it's a bit too conservative thinking compared to when you look at the Queensland squad that in certain positions Queensland is conservative, but in other ones it's very...
Queensland's got like players that can be Larry and do flash epic shit. And we've got it.
We've got it.
But maybe he's just going to do that. Like he's going to put him into like a 12-month fucking pre-origin camp where he just flogs them.
The only other thing I can think of is Madge just sitting there going, guys, we basically played the whole series without Latrell and Tommy.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah,
and that's where your X factor is.
And so you've got the X factor in Tommy and
They just didn't play.
and Trell. They just didn't play. So I just need a really solid fullback that's going to get through a heap of work and be great in defence. And maybe that's his thinking, that he's banking on the fact that Latrell and Tommy will play.
But why wouldn't you just have like
bring him in.
more weapons? Like what? Can't you find a man that can do both, be conservative and do all the shit, but then also like blow a fucking game open?
Well, what's surprising as well is that Scotty Drinkwater, I think it's 3 years running he's been in the top 5 Dally M. So we're not talking about like a smoky just coming out of nowhere. Like he's been one of the most consistently... You go and look at the stats for the Cowboys, I think he's involved in over 50% of their tries. Like literally 50% of the tries, he's involved in them.
And we wouldn't mind... I wouldn't have minded more points last year.
You win the first game, you easily win that game if you had, like, clearly. But when the game was in the balance and you needed just that extra try to kind of end it, I feel like that's where you get a guy like, for example, I feel like if Reece Walsh is on your side, he finds that 6 points or that 4 points somehow.
Well, we forgot our boot polish game one. There's no doubt about that. And Scotty Drinkwater's all boot.
He's all boot.
Could I make a statement that maybe flies in the face of everything I've just said and shows that maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, which we already knew.
You made a career out of it.
Exactly. If I'm coming to select my Origin side right now,
Yep.
there's almost no chance I'm picking Scotty Drinkwater. So whilst it's good to have him in the squad, I like
Who
should at
would
least have-
you... Yeah, but who would you pick at fullback?
I mean,
right now.
Right now, I'd say Teddy might be, thanks for the memories.
Yeah.
And then maybe I would have a fucking Trell or Turbo at the back. And then maybe just maybe, there's fucking Bradman
Critter
Best who fucking ripped. Critter ripped. Jackie Boy Whiten is coming back apparently. Like, there is a fair few fucking things.
So
you can do there.
you'd shift to Tommy and get a bestie in.
You get Bradman Best was hot as fuck last year.
Would you?
And Critter was as well.
But okay. Let's just say they want to leave Tommy in the centres because of he's been dynamic there. I'm not going to say more than that for fear of cursing the great man. Would you go then a dildo first, then maybe a Scotty drink?
I think Tedesco is still ahead of Scotty Drink in that hierarchy of needs. So it's like if you were to go
Interesting.
the Ghost,
Yep.
then
Who off the back of 3 prems probably
sniffing around there, right? You go the Ghost and then you'd still have Tedesco before the Ghost. And then maybe you'd have a Scotty Drink before like a Gutho, but then you'd have Trell and Tommy before both of those. Like if the Ghost and Tedesco aren't available, then it's like Tommy or Trell step the fuck up.
Yep.
I think the thing with Scotty is not necessarily about like pecking order. It's more about style of play. You know, if you're going to go a specific style of play where you want your fullback creating chances outside of him with his ball playing, then you go Scotty Drinkwater. Whereas if you want a fullback that's going to run for 220 metres, get through a bunch of work, then you go Dylan Edwards Tedesco. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
it's like,
But could you
depends on style, I think.
Could you not go? And again, he's had some wonderful games for the state. That's all I'll say. But like Tom Trebojevic, full flight, you know, at his peak.
Yeah, you're talking 6 gear Tommy.
I'm talking 6 gear
You're
Tommy.
putting him at fullback over everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
at full flight.
At full flight.
Yeah,
you
full
know,
flight
like
Tommy.
Fast and Furious 10 sort of shit.
Yeah.
Where they're flying out of planes and cars. Like that. Again, not that, you know, don't
It's just a full flight Tommy,
full
6
flight
gear,
Tommy, 6 gear,
hot, healthy,
Fast
horny.
and Furious, The Rock,
Yeah.
Vin Diesel, Jason Statham, that sort of shit.
Well,
Yeah, shooting out his best loads.
yes.
I mean, then could you look at it like the reason why Scotty didn't get picked is because he is looking at Tommy as a fullback or Trell as fullback potentially.
Potentially. And listen, would my dick be hard for that? Yes, it would.
I'd be harder for a shooting his best loads Tommy than Latrell. I
course.
like
Oh,
like
yeah.
Latrell in the centre position in Origin. I just
There's
do.
something about him in that front line in Origin. Far out.
Explosive, at the line, just fucking
Just
bunting.
good
just
ball.
just a big, honest, true bra to the face, and off you go. And then just draw a couple of men in and out the back door. Thanks for coming.
Thanks
Try
for
time.
coming. Okay.
I think we win this series and win it well. You got me. I'm just getting.
It will be interesting though having a
But
new.
fuck me, if those two motherfuckers, I know I'm getting emotional now, but that's Origin. If they don't play together again this year,
Hey,
I'm going to have a
Eddie,
tantrum.
Eddie,
No, I am.
stop. They will play. Everything's okay. Calm down. Everything's fine, dude.
Kid will have a tantrum.
Through the nose, out
Kid
the
will have a
mouth.
tantrum. Kid will have a tantrum.
They will play.
I'll bottle it up for the last
Don't
couple of years.
fucking
I've been
jinx it,
mature.
dude. But with a new coach does bring a wealth of new. Like it's kind of a little exciting to be like, Madge might just come in there and be like, "Sorry, bruh, like fuck off.
This is my way
This is
and I'm
my
doing
way,
it."
and
Yeah.
I'm getting you out of here." Like, imagine if Teddy gets dropped.
Could I ask this?
You can.
If you were in the captain dropping business,
Yeah.
is now the time to do it?
Oh, for sure now's the time
Yeah.
to do it.
So the fact that he's in the squad,
Well, Cleary should
if
be
you're going to
captain.
drop him, you're doing it before the season with this squad coming in. And you just
Oh, you
like,
mean now? It's
Yeah,
in the
fucking
squad.
oath.
Oh no, I think
No,
there's
you
way
keep him in
too
the
much.
squad.
Yeah, way
You
too
don't-
much to offer
Yeah.
leadership wise to do that.
You keep him in the squad, and then you leave him out.
Or but is that more unsettling? Leaving him out
Yes, it is.
10
It's
days
edge.
out instead of doing it now?
No.
Just getting him to come out and say, I've retired from rep footy.
Because it's almost like
That sort of conversation.
getting him to do that. But I think if you did it now, that is actually disrespectful to Tedesco and his like the legacy he's left.
Aren't you better off just going? Because also, like, he might fucking rip the
Teddy,
competition
that's what
to
I mean. He
shreds.
could kill it.
So you don't want to be like, hey, bro,
I
you're
reckon
already
Teddy's
out.
going to have a bounce back year. I really do.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We will see, guys. That's
That's the beauty of it. We actually will have the opportunity to see.
I can't tell you how excited I am for rugby league. Holy
There's
shit.
trials this week.
I know.
Oh, is it next week?
No, this
There's
weekend.
literally
Manly.
trials
Oh,
this
this
Playing
week.
Sunday.
Yeah,
we
that's
named
true. CBA
400
draft.
players.
Could be anything trials.
That's true.
It's all the.
We named 400 players.
Okay. Next, North Sydney Bears give 4 non-negotiables for re-entry.
Hey, North Sydney, you're not calling the shots, bruh.
Okay, so Vlandis ramped up Bears' potential return to NRL by saying they were firmly in the race to be the next expansion side, although it would not be a standalone team in Sydney, which I think is, if you're going to do it, that's absolutely the way you do it. They have to be somewhere else.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Obvious, mate.
yeah.
Another Sydney
Far
team.
out.
Jesus Christ.
The 4 non-negotiables are from the Bears situation. 2 to 4 games at North Sydney Oval. Fair. The colours, the logo.
2 to 4's a lot.
I'd go.
They just say 2. They'll say 2.
Four's
to
a
4.
four's a
You've got to
four's.
ask for the high.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do.
You
You got
can't.
to race
If
to
you
the
say
stars.
2, they'll go 1.
You like, for example, I don't. How many of the games did the Dolphins get at fucking
Probably like 4.
at Redcliffe last year?
Yeah.
2.
2 to 4. The colours, the logo, and the Bears name, not North Sydney.
I have no issue with those non-negotiables, but I just think that
I think
trying
putting
to,
that out there is
trying
like,
to come with non-negotiables is like, well, but you're the ones that are trying to negotiate because we can just fuck
And
you
and
off.
and like I saw Vlandis as well say, oh well, you know, we've got this huge membership that we can tap into. I'm sort of like, are you guaranteeing me that these Bears fans are going to go and support like a Cairns
Yeah.
side?
That's what we were
I
saying.
don't know if that's guaranteed.
Like, would you support the
call it Perth
Broncos?
Bears.
Would
Perth
you
Bears.
support the Broncos though if they
you're going to be
were?
Perth over Cairns.
I reckon it'll be Perth Bears. I reckon they'll be the next side.
Would you support the Broncos or the Dragons or the Warriors if they moved and were like the Perth Warriors or something? Like, I'm a Manly Sea Eagles fan. I would struggle.
And did they keep their like the colours, like colour?
Yeah. Like
Like
is
if we
being
go these
suggested here.
non-negotiables,
Yeah, I think so.
you would.
I think
so.
so.
You'd be a Perth Broncos fan.
Yeah, it sounds weird. Sounds fucking super weird.
don't
but
think I
probably
would.
I wouldn't be.
It'd be tough.
It'd take some time.
Yeah.
Like just like anything, after a breakup, takes time to heal.
Death of a pet. We were saying, like, you don't just go out and buy a new dog.
Yeah, that's uncouth. Like buying a new dog day after dog dies.
Oh no,
Fucked up. That's you're emotionally repressed.
No,
That's like literally you break up with your missus and you hook up with someone the next day and say, oh no, but we were broken up. It's like, hang on a sec, there's a cooling off period here.
Yeah. No, it's edge. It's very edge. I think you need to rest on it, sleep on it for a year or 2 before you could give
That's probably it, right? Like,
before I could give an actual answer.
yeah.
Okay.
But clearly the Bears have got, if they're throwing around 4 non-negotiables, they're either far too high on their own New South Wales Cup supply, or they know that they've got something that the NRL needs, which would be cash and members.
Yeah. Well, apparently, like Landy said, 200,000. I was like, what?
We looked it up. They've
Yeah.
got 2,000.
Yeah,
2,000 active members. So I don't know where the
Imagine if
fuck
PBL
200,000
just misread it and
came
he's like, oh, no, we're not doing the Bears.
I'd like to
Sorry.
retract my,
I'd like
statement.
to retract my Bears statement.
Yeah, 2,000 current members. So 200,000 seemed like a big number.
Well, that's
also
more
the
than any
biggest
other club
the
in the
biggest
league.
clubs in the AFL have 116, 120. So
Well, it's just
where's
not
200,000 come from?
What do you got there, Matty?
Dolphins playing 3 games this year at Redcliffe.
Yeah. So
Calm down with your non-negotiables.
big call from the Bears.
Big call. But I like, it's like clockwork. We're in the off season. Boom, some Bears chat.
Bears chat.
Beautiful
But
stuff.
see, the only thing that I have, the issue that I take with this Bears chat is that usually Bears chat fills up the months from the end of the grand final to like Christmas, cricket. You know.
late, you reckon? Late to the party?
Fuck, we're about to go to fucking Vegas, baby. Like, why are we talking about the Bears?
Don't forget, Mitch Marsh is the winning Alan Border medal, is our bounce back of the week. Use code BLOKE50, $50 off your first treatment when you use Mosh. The link is in the show notes. Schuster is in doubt for round 1. When this report came out last week, they said he had not trained with the team for 8 weeks. He got chickenpox before Christmas and suffered a spiral fracture in his finger. In the first session back after New Year's, that required surgery. More recently, he strained his calf that has stopped him running properly. So the club has said no. It hasn't been 8 weeks since he's trained. I think the journalist has kind of come out and said basically, okay, he might have trained a few times, but he hasn't been with the squad doing everything week in, week out for this period. Thoughts, boys?
Chickenpox, huge call. Huge call to get chickenpox. But I didn't realize it was just before Christmas. Like, so you're done with that by New Year's.
Well, how long do you have chickenpox for?
A week. Oh, no, this is unprofessional.
Oh, sorry, boys.
What are you doing?
Because we had the music on before.
What
No,
is
but what are you
going
doing
on?
over
What are you
there?
doing?
Why are you
Trying
even
to
on
get
your
the
phone?
journos bloody
You don't fucking
What are you
text
even
me
doing on
shit.
your
We're
phone?
trying to
I'm
do
trying
a-
to get the journos
Oh,
coming.
right. Are you
Fuck,
texting
yeah.
your missus? I'll be home soon, baby. I miss you so much.
What are you doing? What are you texting her?
Well, actually, I found some other things that's just come up. Harry Grant has been named captain of the Storm.
Huge.
That's
So
massive.
what? Christian Welsh, no more?
Yeah.
Did he get no, bro? Wow. Friend of the show, Christian Welsh.
Friend of the show.
That's like Bellamy intentions there.
Ooh, that's scary for the rest of the comp. You don't want Harry with a C next to his name.
That's how old's Harry?
25.
I was going to say 25.
It's a young. Is that a young captain? It sort of is. But
Yeah,
I guess, like it is young.
Cam Murray's considered a really young captain. He's still
Nathan?
25. Hot boy Cleary.
Not as young as was Freddie Fittler captain of the state.
Yes.
He captained the country and he's like
Super
20.
young.
Yeah.
Super young.
So that
Well
not
done,
quite
Harry
Freddie.
Grant.
Not quite Freddie. That's all right. Chicken pox. That one threw me, to be honest. Really threw me because Tom and I had been really excited about Manly's potential 17 and how hot and horny it looked. I think we talked about it the other week. And obviously part of that was Josh Schuster doing a job on the left edge and returning to form from a couple of years ago. Now, this doesn't make for good reading if you're a proud Manly Seagull because there's a bit there. It's not one thing.
No.
It's calf strain, it's spiral fracture, and it's chicken pox.
It's like injury
That's
bingo with this motherfucker.
That's
like,
injury bingo right there. I mean, that's three injuries since Christmas.
and it's all
If you
over
were
the
to
body.
if you were to roll them out over the season, he's got another
well, one of them's
20
a fucking,
injuries to come.
He's got a disease.
Yep.
He's got a bone break and he's got a soft tissue. Like every
So
possible
muscle,
thing you can get.
bone, and disease.
Yeah. The next, he'll
Virus,
probably
whatever it
fucking
is.
get hay fever next, which I have. It's tough. Do you know what I mean, though, right? He's basically covering all bases here. Now, he's obviously recovered from chicken pox. I don't know how long a spiral fracture takes to recover.
He needs
6 weeks.
surgery, so I'd say at least. What,
Spiral
four
fractures, I
weeks
think,
or
are like
something?
also the pretty fucked version.
Yeah.
Like where it's not just a clean snap. Like they're not.
Yeah, 4 weeks, I'd say.
And then another calf injury. Like another,
That's the most out of all of them. That's the one we like.
We don't like the soft tish.
Yeah, no soft
No.
tissue, especially that young. Interesting though, I actually got chickenpox in year 12.
Yeah, but you're a bit weird.
I thought you'd already dropped. I thought you dropped out.
I dropped out. Yeah.
Yeah, didn't you drop it out in year 10?
Yeah, I dropped out in year 10. But like, I would have
Year
been.
12
Oh,
in
you
year
would have
12.
been
Yeah,
in
yeah,
year
yeah.
12 age.
Yeah. So it can happen.
I did.
But
I
he's
just thought-
older than you were.
I thought
I'm
everyone
just
just
saying at like older age, I would have been 17 then. It's
He's had shingles.
and chickenpox. Well, I thought everyone got chickenpox when they were a kid. Like I thought that was just what you did.
They almost like try to make you have them when you're a kid.
Someone told me. I thought.
Apparently,
It
I
was,
think you can. I think kids get vaccinated for it now. I don't think it's that. I don't
someone
think it's
said
that
to me
common.
their mum like their sibling got it and their mum like chucked him in the bath.
Ella.
Oh, was that you telling me that?
Yeah.
Yeah, chucked her in the bath and like.
So just
fucking-
get it out of
She's
the
like,
way.
just get them done at
Yeah.
both at the
There's
same
a whole
time.
South Park episode on that, on giving people
Calamine
chickenpox.
lotion, was that like early South Park?
Early South Park.
That was fuck. I think about early South Park.
How South Park is still so goated is honestly unbelievable.
Talk about just maintaining.
It's one of the great
relevance.
runs. One of the
So
great
good.
runs. Broncos have not reportedly, have re-signed Ezra Mam till 2029. Reportedly, I think it's 3.3, which is absolute bargain.
Yeah.
3.3
I
over
thought
how
it
many
was-
years?
I thought it was 2028, by the way. That's what I saw.
I think
it
he
for.
might have an option in the 29.
Okay.
My understanding is it's 3.3 for the initial period. And could you just confirm that, please, Matty?
So that'll be from 25, 26, 27. That's 4 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So it's about 7 or 8, I'd say, a year.
Oh, that's good.
How old is he?
And so that gets me toey that Reece Walsh is going to get re-signed. Gets me
Yeah.
real toey. Because they've clearly sat together. And even when he announced it, he was like, I saw Paddy re-sign, I saw Payne re-sign. And I was like, I want to
Let's
re-sign.
stick around.
So they're clearly, good thing is, they're talking to each other, I
Yeah.
think. It looks
But
like it.
It'd suck if they weren't.
Well, you never know. Maybe they're sign language. They do this on the field all the time.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
To
good
not
point,
give
mate.
away like what they're doing.
Exactly.
Oh.
So basically, I think that should give Broncos fans stoked to have Ezra Mam to the club that long.
Are you stoked?
Stoked to have him at the club that long. But
You
also,
spoke about Broncos fans in third person there like you weren't one.
Yeah, I know. That's what threw me.
well, I guess
As if you weren't stoked to re-sign Ezra Man.
it's almost a given. But I'm a host speaking about them at the moment. I'm in my host shoes
Oh,
right now.
okay, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you
Rather
don't.
than
So
my
do you?
fan shoes.
You don't refer to yourself?
But you never. When we're talking the Broncos, you never play the host role.
I
at
never
same
play the
time.
host role?
No, you
Okay.
in fact you
Okay.
ram it down.
Look,
our
I'll
throats.
admit I'm not perfect. I'm still working on the hosting gig.
Which
but-
is also like I think because you rammed it down everyone's throats, that's why the rugby league gods were like, "We're going to take this one away from you when it looks all but done."
I rammed what down everyone's throats?
This like Broncos rhetoric. It's just a bit one-eyed.
It's just a bit like it's a bit unnecessary to be so blatantly one-eyed about your team.
Yeah, sure.
Like, it would be better as a host, as you put it, to just play it a bit straighter.
Okay. But as co-host, you can just go all in what you want to do.
What do you mean?
I'm just asking the question. I didn't.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to whether you're
I don't know
inferring
what you're
something.
talking about.
So a co-host.
So how do you feel about this re-signing?
Just on the money before you start, the 3.3 it looks like was reported for the 4-year deal, and then I've seen a more recent report. It's more closer to 4 million, but it's a 5-year deal. So yeah, it's anywhere between.
So it's about the same then.
It's no. The 4 mil will be. I calculated 3.3 divided by 5, so it's more probably closer to 800 a year.
Yeah, but it's in this, the 3.3 and the 4 are the same because the year is the extra.
Yeah,
Your calculation was just wrong with the 5.
With the 5, yeah.
It's about 8-ish.
Yeah, so about 7, 8. And it probably goes up. So next year is probably like, or the year after, where it was 6, be 7, 8, 9. It gets to $1 million probably by the end of it.
He could be like you could already say last year was his breakout year, but he was so like he's still so young, isn't he? Right? Like
21, I think.
fuck me dead.
Yeah,
21,
super young.
dude. He could be. He could be.
And
a
Reece
fucking
Walsh is
Dalian
22
year.
maybe? 21, 22? Super young.
It's hard. Again, I know I said it last year. I hate you as a rugby league fan, and I hate the Broncos, but I don't hate the Broncos. Like the Broncos have a sick fucking team. Of
they're
like
hot. You
weapons.
You can't hate the team.
and they play
You
good
can't.
footy. You can't.
You
You got to
just-
admit
you
they play
can't.
exciting
You
footy.
can't
can't.
hate the players
No.
on the team.
Reece Walsh is 21, turning 22 in July. Dude. Ezra Mam turned 21 a few weeks ago. So he's 21 all year.
It's
Wow,
so stuff.
sickening.
And
If-
his
if-
Taylor
I'll
Hass's
say-
23, 24.
I'll say this, and I'm being honest. If you don't win a comp,
Yeah.
that is a fuck up from the, for the ages, really.
Yeah.
Anything less than a comp in the next 3 or 4
3,
years
yeah.
is
A failure.
disappointing.
Complete failure. No, it is.
No, it is.
It's 100% a failure.
Well, what if we had injuries in that? Like things.
It's a failure. you don't get a side like this often, as you can attest to the fact you've won spoons in like recently, so you get it. It's just a side as hot as the one you've got is deserving of a premiership or should win a premiership.
Do you
Otherwise
reckon
it's
not
a
making
failure.
finals 2 years in a row is a failure?
Injuries, like you just said.
Oh, so it was injuries then?
Yeah, but
Because you're the one setting the standard. I'm saying injuries.
we should have made the fucking 8. It's as simple as that. There was a jersey thing that threw us off one year. I can't remember quite what that was,
last year?
but we were in the 8, and then there was a jersey issue, and then we fell out.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
We might have been getting cursed by the gods.
Yeah. And then we got a new coach. So, anyway.
New Dawn?
No, we'll just see how we go this year.
Reece Walsh, I think that when you see that with around that price tag, be very surprised if Reece doesn't re-sign, because it'd almost be like to see, Payne Haas sign for unders, Carrigan sign for a little bit less, Ezra Mam sign for a little bit less. It's almost his duty now to sign for a little bit less.
Yeah.
So hopefully he does.
Have you got another half coming through, like a 7?
I think there is quite a young fella. He plays at Wynnum. There's a bit of raps about him. I forgot his name now.
No
What should
one
we
sort of
highlight?
like glaringly.
Glaringly obvious.
Yeah.
Not really. Like Jock Madden obviously is the next man up. But the guy coming from Wynnum, I think he's about 19 now. So by the time Reynolds retires, which will be not this year but next year, he should be around 2020.
So Renault, his last year will be next year.
Yeah, they're just trying to. So right now he's like last year, but they've got to finalise the deal. It's pretty much done for the 25.
Because he's what, 34?
Yeah, a little bit older
Like
now.
you look at
32,
Cherry
33.
Evans,
Yeah.
like you can, and I don't know whether it's just a sign of the times and like professionalism or whatever, but like
Body signs.
you can juice that fucking lemon
Squeeze
a
it.
bit more than.
There's more juice in the lemon than we originally thought.
Reynolds is 33. Weirdly, turns his birthday same as Reece Walsh in July.
33.
That's hot.
So he can fucking.
33 is
he can
yay,
go.
baby. I'm 33. I'm young. I'm hot and
33?
40, yeah.
And I'm 34.
How old are you? You're almost 40, aren't you? Legitimately.
I seriously thought you were 40 when I met you. And that was like 5 years ago.
But how old are you, though?
You are about
But how
it.
old are you, literally? Are you 38 this year? You are, aren't you?
38,
36.
39.
I'm
No, you're
37
not.
this year.
No, you're not. 38 this year.
37 this year.
37. That's fucking disgusting.
Oh, ageist. You're ageist.
Fucking
Hopefully
oath
they're
I am.
cancelled for being ageist.
That'll be
you?
next.
Yeah.
That'll be next.
But yeah, exciting times for Broncos. Joey Manu, he's basically come out and said his deal ends this season with the Roosters. Well, he didn't say that. That's just a fact. During an interview with 9 News, Manu said he wouldn't switch to any other NRL club. If he was to leave the Roosters, he would go to rugby.
Wow.
He said, I've been here for a long time now. The Roosters are pretty much home for me. If I'm playing rugby league, I'm here at the Roosters. I'm not sure what I'll end up doing, but rugby is a challenge and it's something different, something new. And if I go play rugby, I'll be focused on rugby. I won't be coming back pretty much.
Shit.
I reckon when talking like that, I reckon he's gone.
That sounds to me exactly your point. I'm fucking off.
Yeah, because they just can't afford
They
it.
can't afford him, but it's like then you see that Flanagan probably just like, fuck. Like,
We were going to say he could have been a captain.
dude, it's like the Dragons just can't fucking catch a break. Trying to get anyone. Manu's like, I will never, ever, ever play for the Dragons. Fucking, I'm out of here. It's kind of cool though, right? He wants to go and try to be an All Black, I assume.
Mate, good on him. Get your quiche, mate.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that's sort of in one way reference to like two of us as Sheck? We goes, I wouldn't be coming back.
Did two of us? Oh, no, I don't think so. I think it's more... I think what he's doing there is he's selling himself to prospective rugby clubs by saying, this isn't a money grab, I'm in.
No, I agree with that. That's true.
But
Wait,
he's done everything.
so he's basically saying if the Roosters can't afford me,
I'm out.
Which, I mean, they've made it work in the past, so I'm not. Let's not
They count him out.
It's not a fait accompli, but if not, he's off.
But then it's kind of like, so you'll lose Manu and you'll lose Suoliti. You've got Dom Young on the wing, but like Teddy's...
Billy Smith is pretty... Like, he's been...
Oh, yeah,
But
Billy Smith.
Teddy's in his aging years. He's
Right, that's what I
probably-
mean. So who would go to fullback? Billy Smith, no?
as in... Well, by that stage, they'd have some young throbber ready to go.
Well, Reece Walsh maybe.
Probably.
True, they'll just buy someone. It'll be fine. He'll be a loss to rugby league though if he goes.
Bloody oath he will be. I actually think he'll kill it in uni. He's a big body, great footwork. I think he played a bit of it growing up. I think he'll go really well. Probably, I'd assume he'd be a centre. I was
going to say, you assume a centre.
In Union?
Yeah.
Have you been watching the Six Nations documentary, Netflix?
Oh, I haven't watched it, but apparently it's sick.
It's pretty good.
It was recommended the other day.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It just makes you think, far out, I'd love to see one of these with league. I'd love to see like a Drive to Survive, but rugby league with the season or something like that. Just the game's not big enough to be able to spend that much money on a doco. You just wouldn't make your money back. But
What about for something like Origin? You know, we talked about this a few years ago, and they were like, nah. Like the Origin generates enough money, doesn't it, to have like a sick doco on it?
Yeah, probably. I mean, look, Penrith have done it for I think 3 years in a row now. But a doco that's like wide-reaching of like all the teams, I don't know about that. But yeah, probably Origin, you could probably get away
And then
with it.
maybe that's more sellable to the world in terms of like this, you know, the two fucking biggest states in the country.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, I feel like that might be one of the last ones we would see.
because it's so intense and serious.
I can't see the coaches agreeing to it. I just think they go, no fucking
You've
way.
The
got so much
NRL
on
will
the line,
eventually
too.
start doing it. They'll go, hey, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Like, we're not giving you a fucking choice.
Well, it depends what's on the RFPA.
But then the level of access is going to affect the product. So if they go, okay, we'll let you do this pissy little thing, and they just squeeze everything into like half a day shooting, and it just would ruin it.
Yeah,
you'd
it would ruin the end
you'd
product.
either need full access
Yeah.
or none.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
point. It's a great point, Eddie. You finished strong, mate.
Yeah, well
you
done,
finished
mate.
strong. Very
Thanks.
uncouth at the start.
Yeah.
Did I come on?
You came
on late?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, you came
good,
on late.
good,
You're a goer.
So you didn't like the bonnet stuff at the start.
Look, the bonnet was. A bit
I
uncouth.
enjoyed it.
Even the name bonnet stuff is a bit strange.
Well, I was trying to be couth. I could have said.
That's it. We're out. We'll go fuck ourselves. Thank you.